Hi, it's Teal, my little troll friend here. Its name on the box is the Teal Troll. So I wanted you to capture the outfit here. See this fabulous teal dress, which will be coming into play in the storytelling. Mostly, the background I wanted to capture here is my friend Lindy's artwork. Probably most of you know who she is because she's pretty much famous. But I'll ask her permission and do the little shout out dabble do. But it's just in keeping with the themes of what I'm talking about this evening. Just noticed this here. I kind of forgot this was here. This is also very appropriate for my thematic feelings. Yeah. Yeah, so I wanted to showcase this awesome piece of art. I bought this from Lindy right before she went to India to make amazing murals all over the dang place and change people's lives and stuff. And it says, no apologies, no bosses, no fuckers, no assholes. And that just seemed right, just felt like the right thing to have behind me. I'm feeling pretty exhausted tonight and was digging through, I'm gonna say 40 notebooks for a very particular poem, which I never found. So that's frustrating. I really need a lesson in organization. I'm very bad at it. And all of my creativity and poetry is spread out in about a bazillion notebooks. And I would love to have my handwriting analyzed because it's insane. And sometimes I cannot even read it. It goes up and down the page. I leave out letters sporadically. It sometimes curves without me intending it to. Yeah, just very wild. Sometimes I'm like, the fuck am I talking about? I don't even know what I'm trying to say here. But if you joined me last night, I left you on a cliffhanger. And I said that if you came back, I would tell you tales about naked body painting. See this troll? She doesn't feel any shame. Naked as a jaybird. Having the time of her life. I get so annoyed by human beings acting like they're not naked under their clothes. Y'all are. Your clothes aren't your skin. Come on, get real with it. But there's also a lack of reverence. It's like all of a sudden we have this new layer where people are somehow more judgy than ever, but also everyone has an OnlyFans. I don't know, it feels real weird. I don't really like it. But I was going to tell you a tale, and it's a really good one. And I didn't find the poem I wanted to, but I found some that are pretty close or go along thematically. But so I'm only including names of people who I don't think will give a shit. But if you've become square all of a sudden, my goodness, let me know. I'll try to help you. But I was lucky enough in my early 20s to have an extraordinary group of friends who lived in an early 1900s schoolhouse. And it was the time of times. Nothing will ever compare to those times as far as the aliveness and the spark that we all felt. And just the jive turkey. It was fan-fucking-tastic. There was pretty much a concert or a party every single night. I like to describe my role in the group as an energetic bouncer. Obviously, you don't want to fuck with this, you know what I'm saying? But, if people were just energetically whack, I would be like, you need to leave. And I would give them those lasers, those laser eyes that were like, I am not fucking around with you. And I don't care how big you are. I will throw you from these premises. So yeah, I sort of tried to quality control the auras, you feel me? Yeah, you're hip to it. This is a very uncomfortable spot, in case you couldn't notice on the staircase here. It's not comfy. But yeah, God, it was the best time. It was Bohemia at its best. And I practically lived there. I wasn't living there, but I was there pretty much every day. And, you know, I would walk into the big open main room, and there would be like, someone had, you know, like pulled a trampoline into the living room space, and there would be like topless women, beautiful, lovely ladies, jumping on the trampoline and giggling and making hummus wraps and whatever. There was just always something. There was like summer days kind of festivals we would have, and there would be like slip and slides and mud wrestling and baby pools and music and mayhem and wonderment. Oh, it was so good. Saw the Lumineers play one of their first performances ever as a band together there, along with countless other insane talents. Still friends with most of these people, some not as close as I would like to be. I wish we could get that back. It was sort of one of those things that felt like it was going to last forever. Lo and behold. But it was like the most me that I feel like I had ever been. And we were all just hairy armpitted and hairy legged and smelly and dancing and weird and naked, and we didn't care. And there was like a hookah bong room in the basement. They would have like noise bands down there, like wearing actual human skulls and doing crazy noise music. And the internet still wasn't an invasive or regular part of our lives, so nobody was like, oh, let me tweet this, let me catch this, let me snap this, let me do this, let me make this a thing. It was just like we were there, and we were dancing, and we were living in it, and we weren't trying to make a fucking hashtag about it. We were just in it. And so one year, and there was this fabulous part of the house. It was like this whole bedroom upstairs was like floor to ceiling chalkboards. Nothing but chalkboards. And there was always something different. Someone would have brilliant poetry, or like the best story you've ever read, or like dirty porno cartoons that they had just made up, or anything you could think of. Actual math that was like way over my head, or tutorials on physics. Yeah, it was freaking phenomenal. So yeah, every time I would wander up those stairs, I would expect to see some new wondrous thing scribbled in chalk on the walls. And so one year, it was my 21st birthday, and for some stupid reason, I was sitting at home by myself, feeling kind of sorry for myself, and I was like, I guess I'll just watch 16 Candles because I suck. You know, your 20s is always this time of, like, thinking you suck all the time for some reason, or, like, no one likes you. It's just, I don't know why we waste so much time doing that. But then I thought better of it, and I took a pause, and I was like, wait a minute. All of my friends live in a schoolhouse, and I have 6 million art supplies in my basement. We're having a naked body painting party. And so that was my 21st birthday. We had rolls of butcher paper. I don't think that my parents have ever heard this story. Who cares? I need to start coming out with some of this shit. I'm not scared anymore. Fuck it. That's what this is about. I've lived a good life. I've been good to people. I've deserved to share my wild bohemian stories. Why not? Maybe it'll talk someone out of being boring. I don't know. I hope so. But yeah, it was the best birthday possible, and I know people are going to think what they want to think about it. Like, everyone wants to assume, because we live now, like I said, in this world where it's like, have you seen my OnlyFans? Have you seen my Instagram? And it's very, sexuality. It's very much like a buzzword. It's very, I don't even know what. Not reverent anymore. But it was so sacred And you don't have to believe me if you don't want to, but it was not sexual at all. It was just lovely and loving, and we really lifted each other up in the highest, most validating, most necessary way, that we all became these works of art and knew each other better on this level that we never even expected. We were all very close, but I don't know, something changed that night. Like, that was a powerful night. And so we rolled out the butcher paper and we used our bodies to make this art. And I don't know, you see that on stupid shows sometimes now, like The Bachelorette just did it, and it's like, we did it first. That was a long time ago. Nothing was trendy. Nothing was a thing on the internet, and that's why it felt so good. It wasn't like, oh yeah, I saw that on Vine. I saw that on Reddit. Oh yeah, I've seen that 50 times since Monday. It was like, it felt like it was happening for the first time. It felt original. Yeah, and we made each other tea while we were all just covered in paint and just loved each other so damn much. And then here's where it gets scandalous. So we're covered in paint, and there was like a free box of clothing that people had, left or forgotten at the schoolhouse at various concerts and parties. And that's where I got this unbelievable teal prom dress. Would you believe it? It's got like this perfect bow. It's got all this froofy-doo. I mean, it couldn't be more made for me, really. It even has frickin' poxits. And now it's mine, and I love it. And it was my birthday, and it was just waiting in the box for me. So I put this on. Mind you, I'm covered head to toe in paint. And then we all had to get the paint off somehow. So we broke into a hot tub of like an apartment complex. And we were in Stealth's like super 70s Winnebago type wagon. I don't even know how many of us were in that damn wagon. Like, I'm gonna say at least 10. At least. And we broke into this hot tub, and I haven't done a lot of things in my life that I'm like, oh, I feel kind of bad about that, but I feel kind of bad for like the cleaning dude the next day. I mean, we did like scrape the scuzz and the scum of the paint, and we got most of it out. And it was like there was a tarp over, it was kind of wintry, or it's like, my birthday's in May, but I've had like 5 or 6 blizzards on my birthday. This is Colorado. You never know what you're going to get. And it was kind of cold. They had a tarp over the pool, and we're all rinsing off in this hot tub. And I look over, and Stealth's running like a little maniac, slipping and sliding and doing circus tricks on top of the tarp. Just the best shit ever, man. It was so good. I want to feel that young again. I want to do something like that. I want to do something that doesn't make any sense. Anyway, it was fantastic. And then we subsequently had, I think, like 3 or 4 reunion body painting parties. None of them were ever like quite that peak level of that first time, but they were all grand. And one time we went to go, I don't even remember what, get ice cream or something stupid like that. I don't remember where we went, but we all loaded up with our body painted selves. And my friend Lindy was riding in the trunk of the car, and she was brave like that. She was always down for whatever. Just, oh, there's no room, I'll go in the trunk. We all came back to the house that everyone had convened at, and we're doing what we do, like rolling lavender cigarettes and whatever, and listening to records and waxing philosophical. And some time goes by, and all of a sudden I went, oh my God, Lindy's in the trunk still. She had been in there for like a while, like multiple hours. And we went and got her, and she's just the most even-keeled and adaptable person on planet Earth, because she was just like, it's fine. I just took a nap. Just plain and simple. I just slept for a little bit. It's cool. Like, if someone left me in a trunk, whoo, I'd be freaking out. But yeah, everyone was just such a damn character, and we were so bold and brazen and brave and free, and gosh dang, I miss it. Ooh, I miss it so much. And everybody in that crew was really into dumpster diving, and you may think it sounds gross. Don't judge, man. That was some of the best eating I ever did in my life. Stealth once got all of this, like, gourmet chocolate. Oh my gosh, we had feasts. Amazing feasts. It was like we all had nothing, but it came together to make so much. Man, it was good. So yeah, I wish there was more of that. There's a couple Polaroids in existence of these gatherings, and we would always talk as we creeped closer to our 30s and say, oh, we've got to do that again. And then did we? No, we did not. But maybe post-COVID we'll, like, remember our weird, freaky selves and do something like that again. I sure hope so. So yeah, on with the poems. So the first one I found was kind of inspired by those times, but written pretty recently, like less than a year ago, maybe just about a year ago, since I'm really losing track of time and every day feels like 5 seconds and simultaneously 5 million years. So yeah, I wrote this about just falling in love all over the place and those feelings, and just feeling so close to my friends. Like my friend Maria, we stitched our souls together, man. We were on some different plane of existence that I haven't dabbled in a while, and I really miss it. But it's with me. It's with me still. It's part of me. So yeah, I wrote this one, and it's an ode to the schoolhouse days, the days of being so fancy free. And it's called Swath of Soft Cloth, worn only when not naked. Spectacular, sweetest waterways, aghast, wettest, starry depths, eyelash seduced awash, and succumbing to better and better, bathed chateau lather, landscape life, changing lavish islands, prismatic paths, brink breathing, hypnotic massaging, witching, laughing, wherever blushing. Holy worship of exactly who we are, aesthetically emancipated, giving all the music so golden, beholden magic, lagoon sightseeing, cannabis perks, freeing assurances, fireside sprawled, enthralled conservationist, piano pounding fingers holding lilac moccasins, bong water and shock value and vertical breathing, naked gymnastics surging, earthen quench, trampoline teleporter, whisk, gather orchids enthusiastically, poetic passions, hibiscus tea and cigarette philosophy, wakefulness, music musk, dusky arousing, destined ballet of misbehaved kaleidoscopic bravado, serenading hymns, certainly within endurance, cinnamon auras aroused, rapscallion, infallible hullabaloo. He swept the glitter up like a dance. When again will we take such chances? I hope soon. And then I thought I'd add another little one because that one's not super long, and it's actually a dream that I found. I guess I dreamed this maybe a year and a half ago. Anyone who heard it would be able to guess who I was dreaming about, and there will be more poems about this person because I loved him about as deeply as you can feel love for a person. So the unnamed person in this dream is my friend Jack, who passed away and should still be here right now, brightening this crazy world. And he is. I mean, he is. But, so, this is just called Dream. I dreamed I swam through intricate underwater tunnels to the Temple of Soul challenges. The tunnels were more like sleek aquarium tubes, bank tubes that shoot your deposit up, but clear, crystalline, winding past ocean life and strange buried mysteries. I arrived at the immense pillared columns of the temple. It was a vacation from the mundane, but also a challenge for all who came there. I saw many familiar faces lining the towering staircases of stone and moss. I climbed for ages as trippy pools of ethereal existence wobbled near my peripheral vision. I reminisced upon being kissed lightly on my forehead by a boy when I was 6, whom I played I'll show you mine if you show me yours with later that day. That happened in real life. I relived that, and a million other bits of memory. My friend Susie Q balanced on a rock and told me telepathically she was this close to nailing it. I got to the top, and you, as well as some other faces of the past, were doing fully alive drills. These involved scaling palm trees and flipping off of waterfalls of various heights backwards. You obtained randomly selected superpowers as you completed these drills. You did one backflip, laughing joyously, and golden orbs began to glow around your knuckles. You could attach to any space upside down or right side up with these glowing energy fields. You boyishly attached yourself sideways to a rock, dangling your straw-colored hair and playing with the lack of gravity. The more amusing you found it, the more gold aura you collected, until you were simply floating in a bubble of gold. You playfully popped it on purpose, falling to the tide pools below. You hooked a hand around a giant slide, opening, and said, "Let's go again." It was a nice dream. There's that little bit of lovely, shimmering memory. Yeah, something juicy for you. Just some deep, deep parts of myself that I still dig into when I don't feel like much of me. You know, I just dig into that satchel of goodness and just juicy, meaty wonderment. Chew some of that and I feel energized again. So I hope you do too. Hope you got something out of it. And yeah, dig up some old toys, dig up some old memories, dig up some old dreams, write things down. Even if it is in a million notebooks written in chicken scratch, it's worth holding on to. Love you. Good night.